Madden Football is the home of the Super Bowl, and this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Philadelphia Eagles and the Kansas City Chiefs, and it comes your way next.
Well, this 2024 season has been one to remember. Great games, great players, great finishes. And now, it all comes down to this. One game to decide it all. On this February night, at Caesars Superdome in New Orleans, this is Super Bowl 59. One game to decide it all. It's the two-time defending Super Bowl champion Kansas City Chiefs and the champions of the NFC, the Philadelphia Eagles. A champion set to be crowned tonight. It's Super Bowl 59. And off we go to a flash of lights here in New Orleans. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. So out comes the Kansas City offense to take over for the first time. And there is the guy at the top of the game, Patrick Mahomes, their quarterback.
As much as you try to tell yourself, Mike, that this is just another game, the reality is it just isn't. It doesn't matter if it's your first Super Bowl or your 10th. This is the game you've dreamt about playing in from the first time you put on pads all the way back in Pop Warner. You're bound to get emotional in some capacity, but you have to get that out of the way and get ready to do everything in your power to turn those childhood dreams of hosting the Lombardi into a reality. As long as this guy does his part, you're going to have a fighting chance to come out on top.
Travis Kelce, the intended target. It's second down.
Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes, so give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete.
They'll run with the former 7th-round draft pick, Isaiah Pacheco.
With how fast they were all over that play, you almost wonder, Mike, was there a pre-snap tell? Did they know that play was coming? Because I'll tell you, that defense was on it from the start.
They come to the line needing 11 here on third down. Out of the gun, here's... Oh, they're on him in a flash, and he's lost the football. That'll be picked up by the Eagles. Well, the ball comes out, and the scramble for it ends up becoming a turnover, and the offense walks off the field disappointed with that fumble.
Mike, when you look at a stat sheet at the end of the game and you want to determine which team wins and which team loses, at the top of the list is ball security. Which team does a better job protecting it, and which team does a better job taking it away.
So the Philadelphia offense set to take over for the first time. And leading them out, their quarterback, it's Jalen Hurts.
He admitted to us the other day, Mike, that he's started to feel a little anxious as game day approached, and I think that's normal. Winning the NFC, that's one thing. But this is the type of stage that can take your legacy to a whole nother level if you're able to come out on top. But in order to make that happen, he's going to have to put those nerves behind him as soon as possible. The last thing you want to do is put yourself in an early hole because you just couldn't settle down. If he's able to remain calm, play his game, his team's going to have a great chance to end this night as world champs. Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly second down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's second and inches. To throw is Hurts. He's got it at the 3. And they'll stop him just short of the goal line, but they are going to have enough to convert. It's going to be first and goal.
These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1-yard line 10 times, and then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get one more yard? Now, for him individually, not ideal, but...
He puts it up, and it's caught! Jahan Dotson, touchdown Eagles. begins the scoring here in Super Bowl 59. The teamwork was just ideal there. Greg, we don't see practice all week, but we see it pay off in the game.
And when you have a wide receiver, Mike, that can operate near the sideline, it just increases the amount of space that quarterback has to work with. He knows that he can put that ball maybe a little bit further away from the defender, knowing he's got the guy on the other end to not only secure the catch, but to keep his feet in bounds for a touchdown.
The kick is good. Eagles 7, Chiefs nothing.
Get somebody else to do it. Tossing in New York, and go take it like I'm doing. I taught you how to get him for the check. What we doing? I ain't got 100 mil, but I got it once I flew in. If that's y'all come money, I can't. He call me baby, so it's 200 to pay with it. Carisha single and Sadiddy, he okay with it. No shame with it, no shame with it. Don't play with it, don't play with it, don't play with it. Come on.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. The dangerous Mecole Hardman on the return. And he'll be out of bounds on the return. And the drive will begin there. The Chiefs offense back onto the field as you take a look at the playoff race in the AFC. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. They put Kelsey in motion. 1st and 10 for Mahomes. He'll get that one complete to Rice. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
At the 44-yard line.
They'll work now on 2nd and 4. They put Kelsey in motion. He runs with it. Good job breaking the pocket and going for 14 yards, and most importantly, a 1st down.
I love this call, Mike. 2nd down and short. One of the best downs in football to take a shot. Give credit to the defense. They were ready for it. But a nice job by the quarterback, realizing there's nothing downfield. Take off, turn into a runner, pick up the 1st down.
He finds DeAndre Hopkins for the catch. He's going to be taken down at about the 30.
It's a really critical conversion here because after not scoring on your opening drive, you just can't afford to follow that up with a 3 and out. So you find yourself down 7-0. Sustain this drive and at the very least, see if you can come away with some points.
They go play action with Mahomes. He'll look Hopkins' way again. This is also complete. They get 24 on that one. Just like that, it's 1st and goal.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, balls on time, results in a nice 1st down pickup.
Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. And he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 17-yard line.
The defensive coaches, they preached all week, Mike. They have to have relentless pursuit of this quarterback when he tries to extend the play. So often it results in a great play for the offense and a big pickup. This time, because of that pursuit, it leads to a big loss.
First down was not very good. Here's 2nd and goal. Now Mahomes gives it to Pacheco. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
Number 1 rule of run blocking for the offensive line is you don't want to allow penetration. It just doesn't give your running back any angles to cut and find the hole. It's exactly how it played out here. They've got to do a better job holding the line of scrimmage and not getting pushed back.
3rd and goal. Mahomes. That's in the end zone and intercepted. Picked off by their rookie second-rounder.
Oh, and in that spot, Mike, that's just painful to see. If the throw's not there, you want him to just get rid of it. Throw it 50 rows into the stands. Give somebody a souvenir. But worst case scenario, you've got to get to fourth down and have a shot at 3 points. But instead, after that pick, you come away with 0.
The Eagles offense ready to take over for their second possession. They lead 7-0 thanks to the touchdown on the opening drive, so try to double up here as they begin this drive 1st and 10. Hurts. The open receiver is Dodson. And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on 1st down.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
On 2nd down, Hurts. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
A 1st down throw for Hurts. He'll look underneath here for Barkley. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
So often for a defense defending the passing game, the most difficult guy to account for is the running back out of the backfield. So a really nice job here bringing him down before he has a chance to pick up any yards after the catch.
Hurts again. That's complete to his big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And they will finally run him down.
There's this misconception out there, Mike, that in the NFL, you have to run the same amount of run plays as you do pass plays. And as you're seeing in this drive, you can fall on one side of that coin a little bit more as long as you're able to remain effective and efficient. So far, their passing game has dominated here early, and that last pickup leads to a 1st down.
So after one here in Super Bowl 59, it's the Eagles with the early advantage. More from New Orleans after this. They'll come up here 1st and 10. Man in motion is Smith. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. Second and 7. Here's Hurts. This one is caught by Dodson. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Hurts working in the pistol. And he's in. Dallas Goedert. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Like we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. 2 guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
Elliott on now for the PAT. He knocks it through. And the Eagles move out on top, 14-0. So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. This is going to be taken in at the 3. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Chiefs offense make their way out to take over once more. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0. The score as the offense tries to regroup and get going with 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Mahomes back. That's taken in by the running back, Piron. And nice work after the catch. He stopped a little short of the 1st down marker, but it is a pickup of 9.
There's a lot of ways to get the ball in the hands of your running backs, and it's not always by just handing it to them. In this case, it's a simple check down, picks up a good gain, brings up 3rd down.
On 3rd and 1, here's Mahomes. And he's going to have the 1st down taken down after a short pickup of 5, but it will keep the drive going.
When you decide to throw the ball on 3rd and 1, typically, Mike, what you're doing is you start from the top down. If you have the big shot downfield, take it. If not, the quarterback works through his progression, finds the medium target, picks up a 1st down.
That's caught. It's Xavier Worthy. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards.
I'm not sure what was the more difficult aspect of the play. Winning his route versus man coverage or catching this pass, because that quarterback, he put a little extra sauce on that one to get it there on time, and he's able to secure a really nice catch.
Open man right side is Kelsey. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
What a luxury that certain teams, when they have a guy like this, I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed to run away from these linebackers and do so much of his damage after the catch.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Mahomes. Now a deep ball toward the end zone. And the Eagles force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 10.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's position. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
Jalen Hurts and the Philadelphia offense set to take over once more. We'll see how they want to attack things here, backed up deep in their own end. It's 1st and 10. Hurts gonna fire this one out to Smith. And this defense plays it beautifully. They knock him back to the 7. Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. First carry for Saquon Barkley. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remain here in this first half. Back to New Orleans and Super Bowl 59 after this. A tough spot here. 3rd and long. They'll stay on the ground with Barkley. Ooh. Great run there. He gets this up close to the 30-yard line.
There's a combination of footwork and vision, his ability to kind of weave through traffic and understand where the holes were. It's a really nice job working through some bodies and picking up a big gain.
So, 1st and 10 now from the 30. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. That's a short one, caught by Goddard. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable 2nd down.
Here's a 2nd and 6. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. A pass caught by Saquon. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. Two first downs, and they are at the 46 now. It's 1st and 10. Man in motion is Smith. On 1st down, it's Hurts. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up 2nd down.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
He's going to keep it himself. And he's going to be brought down, but not until he gets inside the 35.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the 1st down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. A pistol snap back to Hurts. Short pass taken in by the tight end.
Nice job here by the defense. Did a good job just covering up everything for the most part. So once this ball was caught, really didn't have much of a choice but to just head out of bounds and pick up a modest gain.
They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the 1st down. Can they keep this drive rolling? Here is 3rd and inches. To throw is Hurts. Open man, right side. He's got it. And he's going to have the 1st down as he gets out of bounds, and he stopped the clock as well.
3rd and inches, you see a lot of teams try to take a shot. Why, Mike? Because they know on 4th and inches, they still have a chance to convert the 1st down. The shot wasn't there, but they're still able to pick up a nice gain and convert and bring up 1st down.
That is caught. And the Eagles are going to have a 1st and goal. very nearly a touchdown. He's going to be marked out of bounds just shy of the pylon. 2 receptions for him on this drive. This one good for 16 yards. Here's Jake Elliott now to try the field goal. This about as short as you can get. Elliott's kick is good. And the Eagles going to tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half.
And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well, you're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
Three seconds, all that remain in this first half, as that one's away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10. Here's Mahomes. He's going to dial up another deep ball. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this first half will come to an end.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. And what a season this has been, and it is nearing a conclusion. You guys enjoy the show out there. We'll get it back out to you, too, in just a moment. This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up, ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far, but there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. We welcome you back. It is quarter number 3. Two quarters left in the NFL season as we decide a champion. Back underway here at the Super Bowl. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Eagles offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this third quarter. The lead is 17 as they try to maybe pull away in this one. It is first and 10. To throw, Hurts. Now he takes off. 19 yards right away to kick off this drive.
Mike, this is the element to the position that this guy brings that's just so unique across the league. Not only the speed, but his ability to operate in the open field as a runner. It is hard for a defense to plan for a guy like this.
On first down, it's Hurts. Looking middle, and he's got Brown. And they'll get this one down to the 35-yard line.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
He's tackled at the 32-yard line. A 3-yard pickup brings us 2nd and 7.
They face 2nd down and 7. Here's Hurts. A short throw taken in by Goddard. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
This pitch and catch may have looked routine, but I promise you, Mike, these types of anticipatory throws, especially outside the numbers, they don't occur without countless reps, oftentimes when nobody's even watching.
Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And he's going to have the first down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on third down.
The most impressive thing about this drive, Mike, has really just been their efficiency. They've just continued to pick up first downs, fresh sets of downs. We just saw there, but that third down conversion, continue to possess the ball. These opportunities to come away with points continue to go up.
And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Hurts will work here from the pistol. Quick throw, taken in, and he will score. Touchdown, Eagles. Greg, nothing changed at halftime. They come right out to start this third quarter and pick up where they left off.
Well, I think this defensive coordinator is going to think back to his halftime speech, Mike, because whatever adjustments he thought they made, it obviously didn't resonate. What we saw happen in the first half, they picked right back up here to start the third quarter, and at this point, the offense has hit its stride, and they continue to pull away.
On is Elliott to add the extra point. The kick is good, and the Eagles are able to extend out to a 24-0 lead. So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. Hardman now to return it. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. Patrick Mahomes going to lead the KC offense back out for this next drive. And this defense has really had their way so far, intercepting him twice, forced into a number of bad throws, and generally, the D has just made it tough to operate all game long. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They put Kelce in motion. Quick throw here is complete. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
Here's Patrick. He'll throw it on 1st down. Got a man over the middle. It's Worthy. And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line.
Every quarterback's dream is, can I get the ball out of my hand as fast as possible and get it to a guy that can do the rest after the catch? And it seems like nowadays throughout the entire league, the best offenses thrive in yards after the catch.
Open man downfield, it's Rice. A pickup of 21 on that connection. Good for a Chiefs 1st down.
We spent so much time talking about arm strength, and while that certainly has a place in the conversation, look at the touch of this ball, Mike. It's a deep corner route. This ball needs to have the right pace, the right trajectory to not only get it over the second-level defenders, but get that ball down into the hands of his target. He makes it look a lot easier than it actually is. And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
Gray is the motion man here. Mahomes now to throw again. That's going to be caught by Gray. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
We'll give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allowed the first down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the first down.
Throwing again, it's Mahomes. This one caught at the 4. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the Eagles' 4-yard line.
To the air once more, it's Mahomes. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete. Darius Slay, Mr. Big Play, with his hands right around the ball again.
The defender saw this the entire way, Mike. He actually ran the route before the receiver even got to his spot. I think they're fortunately this one didn't end up getting picked and going the other way.
3rd and short. Here's Patrick. He's got his big tight end, Travis Kelce. Touchdown, Kansas City.
We were talking during the break, Mike. We felt that this was kind of a do-or-die drive. They felt like they needed to come away with the touchdown here, and now they're showing a little life.
Yeah, a little bit of belief, don't you think? Everyone on that field knows they've been a part of a comeback before. It's a pretty big mountain, but a good way to get started here to begin this half. Here's the Chiefs and Mahomes lining up to add on 2 more.
The Chiefs will set up for the 2-point conversion.
Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. And he'll get into the end zone, doing it on his own. Successful 2-point conversion.
Everybody's looking to end every drive with 6, but when you can turn that 6 into 8, man, what a confidence boost coming off the field, and they're going to force their opponent now to start chasing.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. On the return, it's Kenneth Gainwell. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The Eagles offense and Jalen Hurts getting set for their next possession. And we show you some of the highlights, and there have been plenty to choose from. 3 touchdown passes and some other big-time throws as well. Certainly dialed in and on top of his game right throughout this one. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. That'll be taken in by Barkley. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. One quarter remains here in Super Bowl 59. EA Sports back for the 4th from SoFi after this. On second down, Barkley. He'll get about 3, and that's going to lead to 3rd down.
He's brought down at the 37-yard line. That's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 3.
3rd down, 3 to go. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. That's complete. Tight end Goddard. A gain there of 16 yards. 1st down, Philadelphia.
That might end up being the backbreaker right now. This defense desperately needed to get off the field and give their offense a chance to cut into this 2-score lead. But instead, they now got to defend a fresh set of downs. And as you look up at this clock, they might be running out of time.
It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. They'll run straight ahead with Barkley. He's going to be taken down at about the 30.
2-possession lead, 4th quarter. This is the time, Mike, when you really can rely heavily on your run game. Everybody in the stadium knows you're going to run it, including the defense. They just can't come up with an answer to stopping it.
Hurts looking to throw on 1st down. He's got his tight end Goddard working the middle of the field. And he's close to another 1st down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. This one is caught by Dotson. He's going to be marked down at the 12-yard line.
An interesting decision there by the play caller to put this ball in the air. Mike, you're up by 2 scores. Traditional wisdom says, hey, we're up by 2 scores late in the 4th quarter. We've got to keep this clock moving. You don't want to risk an incompletion. Now, they convert. They're able to secure the catch and pick up a fresh set of downs. That's going to enable them to continue to burn more clock. And without a stop, their opponent's not going to get the ball back.
They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Now Hurts going to call his own number. And he will do it himself. He's in. Jalen Hurts. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
Here's Elliott for the extra point. His kick is good. And the Eagles will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter.
Jake Elliott.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. Hardman now to return it. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. So here comes the KC offense set to take over once more. Let's go back and scroll through some of their drives. One theme, Greg, going to keep emerging throughout. Too many turnovers.
Yeah, I think it's been a combination of just carelessness, right? Some sloppy play offensively that has caused some of them. But also, let's give some credit to the defense. I think in a lot of the cases, they're also forcing these takeaways, punching the ball out, going up for interceptions. They've been in the right place at the right time. So, combination of really good defense at times, and at times, really bad offense.
Here's 1st and 10. They put Kelsey in motion. Mahomes on 1st down. To the left side in the hands of Rice.
Completed to Rasheed Rice. Out of bounds at the 33-yard line. It's a gain of 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. That's over the middle and caught by Rice.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
On 1st and 10, it's Mahomes. Throw over the middle, brought in by Hopkins. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
17 more yards.
They bring the tight end in motion.
1st down.
Right back to the air for Mahomes. And he takes it down to the 15-yard line.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They clearly have a mismatch in their favor, and every time they've looked his way, he's continued to make big plays. I'm this coordinator. I think I'm giving him one more shot and see if he can push this thing over the goal line and come away with 6.
On 1st down, it's Mahomes. A short throw taken in by Kelsey. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9. Second and a yard. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. And he'll take it on in. Travis Kelce. Touchdown, Chiefs. That is 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. Here's the Chiefs and Mahomes lining up to add on 2 more.
The Chiefs will
Throwing now from the gun. That is caught. And they get the 2-point conversion.
Everything's about matchups, especially down here this close to the goal line. I think my guy's better than your guy. I'm going to put him in a position to have success, throw it up to him, and let him do the rest.
This one not quite over, but down a couple of scores. We're going to get an onside kick. He's to midfield.
Well, we knew, Mike, this was going to take a miracle. All they needed to do was recover this, score, recover another one, score again. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen, and this game's all but over.
The Eagles offense starting to trot out for this next possession. And as we look back now, Greg, at how we got here, we got a ton of highlights of the offense so far. In particular, great passing.
Yeah, and if you want to score points in the NFL, Mike, there's no secret. You've got to do it primarily through the air, and with 3 touchdowns here so far, that's exactly what we've seen. It's been deep balls, it's been intermediate shots, it's been good run after catch. This has really been high-level offense on display right from the jump.
They'll run the counter with Barkley. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Once again, it's Barkley. And he'll take this one forward for about 3, and that's a first down. Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. And the Eagles have done it. They are your Super Bowl champions. So this, a well-deserved celebration down on the field. You know, Greg, it wasn't totally mistake-free, but about as solid a performance as you could hope to have on the big stage in the big game.
And to think about all the people that had their hand